Hey, hey. So let's talk about
What's up?
what you've been doing lately to tap into your mind of your heart, the spark in your heart, or your higher self, or your whatever the fuck you want to call it, your royal power.
Oh yeah. Ooh, that's nice. My royal power. Well, what have I been doing? I feel like there's something I've been
Do you
doing.
want me
Why
to give
can't
you
I
off the
think of
hook?
it
Get you
right
off the hook
now?
so I'll just talk and then you remember. Oh, good.
No, I know what it is. I was like, I'm not doing what I normally do, but I'm doing something else. What is it? So in when I lived by myself, I used to be really good at like I would carve out this big chunk of time in the morning and I would sit in my little space, a little meditation space, and I had access to all my stuff, my journal, the cards, the books that maybe I was reading, my phone so that I could do like a breath or a meditation app, whatever. It was all right there. Well, now I'm living in a new place. I don't have my little space anymore, and there's another human here. So it's not as easy to just be like, don't talk to me for 2 hours. Although I, I did not so nicely imply something along those lines last week. But what I have been doing is every morning I will make my coffee. Well, after I take the dog out, make my coffee. I get Sheba's walk treat. It's a dental chew bone. She gets one every morning. I'll give it to her and I'll tell her, let's go sit in the living room and hang out. And so I sit by her and I like to be touching her in some way. And then sometimes I just sit there. But the thing is that if I'm in some way touching the dog, it looks like I'm doing something. So I don't feel so awkward. Like I'm just like sitting there with my eyes closed meditating. I can actually like kind of meditate and talk to my higher self and ask questions with my eyes open, but also touching the dog. So to my partner, it looks like, oh, Candy's just really enjoying being with the dog. But I'm actually like up there with my higher self being like, why did I have that weird fucking dream last night? Like, what was that about? Or like, why am I annoyed this morning? What is going on?
That is
But I'm
hilarious. I
just petting
wonder
the
if
dog.
the frequency of petting the dog.
I hope he doesn't listen to this.
Busted. Becla would tell you to just do whatever the
Busted.
fuck you wanted. That lady that I talked about last week. She's like, you step into your
Yeah.
own power and you do you. But it's hard when you're like in that close quarters with someone. It just doesn't feel like you can't really
Yeah.
just relax into it. Um, well, I just want you guys to understand that Candy has got a Virgo moon. So she's good at
True.
creating rituals and then following through with them and then doing them every day. We do not all have this power. You don't know. And you're like, every day I get up and I'm like, oh my God, if there was something I did every day, it goes like 3 days. I'm like, what's next?
But the downside of that is that the first month living here, I was like, oh my God, there's no space for me to do the things that I normally do. And then I finally couldn't take it anymore. And I was like, don't talk to me before 10 a.m. I was like, okay, well, that's not realistic. Calm
So
down,
the
Candy.
breaking of trying to have
So
like
like
you're in this
I had to
ritual,
walk
you're
it back
doing
a
the
little
ritual
bit.
every day, and then the fact that like you can't kind of set you into a spiral.
Yeah, because I'm trying to be like, oh, like I'm cool. I can go with the flow and like do whatever. I'm not fucking cool and I cannot go with the flow and do whatever. But I like to try to pretend sometimes until it builds up and then I flip the fuck out. But also, I would just like to point out because I pointed this out to my partner, which was we purposely are trying to live in a small space because we both want to have like freedom in not owning a bunch of stuff, not being tied to a bunch of stuff, and like that feeling that I could leave these things and be okay. So we're living in a, I don't know, 720 some square foot apartment, smaller than
Fuck
800.
me.
It's not 800 square feet. He is also working from home because he let his office lease go. So in that 800, well, we'll just call it, we'll round up a lot to 800 square feet. In that 800 square feet is his office and my office. We are both working in the same office space, living in the same office space, hanging out in the same space, hanging out in the same space. So I was like, look, ask any of your married friends if they would sign up to live with their partner in 800 square feet. I guarantee you they will all say no. Every single one of them. Ask them if they'll share an office with their mate. No, they're all saying no. So, like, we're going to butt heads about it every once in a while, and shit's going to get squirrely, and I'm going to freak out because he mentioned something about work, because I also support him in his work. I do, like, behind-the-scenes stuff. And so because he mentioned something about work, my brain immediately went into, like, now I've got to be in work mode, and I need to, like, help problem solve. And so, like,
Zen time.
Yeah. Right. When I used to do my quiet time, not literally, I wouldn't talk to anyone except for maybe Laura, and usually it was on text until 11 a.m. I was just like, pretend I'm dead, pretend I don't exist, because that's what I'm doing for everybody else. And now, like, the moment that I'm up, because he also gets up earlier than me. So, like, what?
Well,
Anyway,
okay, here's what I want. Here's what's coming into my head.
We're figuring
and I think
it out.
This is them, but hold on, is this them? Yeah, they just slapped me. They're like, thunk. Okay, close your eyes. How many square feet is the right amount of square feet for the two of you? They're like, you can still live the minimalist lifestyle and not want to claw each other's eyes out every now and then.
What we are getting really good is at handling that energy. Yeah, well, we had to figure it out pretty fucking quick, because we're like, oh my God, who's going to kill who first? I don't know, but there's nowhere to bury the body.
Yeah, it's like you need more. This came up when you asked not too long ago, which was like looking for a place where you haven't, like, you can just go outside from your space, just walk out the door. Because if you add on, you have like 1,100 square feet, and then you add an exterior porch or something, that's a whole nother. You could sit out there and do. It's like you're in Asheville. It means 95% of the days of the year you could be outside doing your quiet time. So,
true story.
But yeah, they would like, just see what the number is, because then that'll help when you do a new search. When you're ready to do a search, it's like, oh, what do we need? Maybe just one more room.
Yeah. Right.
Maybe in a porch.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Like a 3-bedroom.
Yeah. Just a layout where maybe we really can't see each other from almost every room.
Oh my God. You guys. Well, this is the thing that sixes do too. Like, I know he's not a 6, but like 6s in the cards, it's a pendulum. So they swing one direction. They go all the way. They're like, it's like Candy and I were like, we're totally normal. And then we're like totally into the woo spiritual, like kind of conspiracy stuff. And then you swing and you come back to the center. So you're like, no, it's got to be just so tiny. And then you're like, oh, like, that's too small. Maybe back to the middle.
Too small. Good to find out what too small is, so we know. We have landed. My parents came, and before I moved to Asheville, they came and visited my apartment in Broad Ripple, which is a little bit bigger than this apartment. And they walked in and they were like, oh no. Oh no, I would never be able to live here. Like, you mean together? And they're like, even on my own, but definitely not together. And I was like, they've been married for 30-some years.
When you had that apartment in Broad Ripple, the one I have right now is like almost exactly the same size. And I feel crowded in here. Like, my furniture is crowded. Like,
the layout
and my
matters.
desk is too fucking big. Like, I can't.
See, our apartment here is more like your layout, where like,
yeah,
you can kind of like, there's a line of sight everywhere. Basically, there's no real private time until you go into the bedroom or the bathroom and close the door.
It's fine for now. Oh,
what
are
you doing to connect to your
just stop
higher
me if I've
power,
already said this, because I cannot
royal
remember.
power.
Okay, well, my original plan was to sit every morning for a couple of minutes and do a check-in with my journal and ask, basically it's like, what do I need to do for rain today? That's really what I'm doing. And then if I have specific questions about other things, I'll ask. But I'm basically waiting for the signal to not for the next stage. And one time
Nice.
they showed me a pink pyramid, like kind of shiny with like, I tried to get an AI to make the picture, but it's not great. It's fine, but I have it on my phone, the picture, and there's like a doorway in it, and I go into the pyramid and connect in with them. But what's crazy is I had rearranged the furniture in my apartment, and so I took this because I used my astrology, and I took the astrology, and I was like, took pictures of my apartment. I was like, what can I do to fix this problem based on my astrology? And I was like, you need to put sheer curtains up over your windows. It's too boxy. This is a game changer. It has changed my life. And they're like, you need a lamp that tosses the light up to the ceiling. Ooh. Because the way it's set up, I go out the back door, which is the porch, to the street, and I never use the door that goes into the apartment building. So the light switches are all back there, and I never am able to turn the fucking lights on. There are light switches here by this door, but they don't do anything. What do they fucking do? What are they for? So I have Alexa turning on the lamp for me. But anyway, it's this, and our friend Amy is always like, no overhead lights. She's like anti-overhead lights, which they've done a lot of research, and they're like, it's bad after it goes dark. So the alternative then is you have these lamps that toss light up the wall, and it's just softer. So that was also a game changer. And then I took my little reading chair and I slightly angled it toward the window, and I'm not allowed to sit in it unless I'm doing my little check-ins and meditations. But working pretty well. Nice. I mean, it was like the day I sat down for the first time with that chair turned to be like, this is my space. Because I don't have a space either. Like the place in my room is too tight.
It's hard.
I don't need much of a space. We just need the right space. And so I sit down with my notebook, and then I just kind of close my eyes and like, what do I need to do for rain? And they do the brush off a lot of times, or they give me some ideas. That's basically what I've been doing. Yeah. But it takes like...
That's good. I like that.
It's 2 minutes.
You basically made a magic chair.
I would sit on the floor if I had a space. But I try to do some kind of movement in the morning. This was from a science person. Like 2 minutes. I was like, oh, well, animals always stretch. You could just fucking get up and do the stretches like the animals. Or I do some qigong or something to try to warm up the fascia that's like, you get up and you're like, because we're old now. And I step on the floor, I'm like, do my feet hurt today? No, they're fine. Yeah, I try to get outside. That's basically it. Body stuff, health, like get the sunlight. Cool. When you get up, turn that system on and be like, hey, yo, you're supposed to be awake. Yeah, that's it. But it's different. It's not, like I said earlier, Candy's got the whatever in her chart. I've got Neptune in the house that is supposed to be helping you with your daily activities, and Neptune dissolves. So me and daily activity, no, it's not happening. It's different every morning, although I do not ever forget my coffee. I'm like,
she does not. I can attest to that.
Okay, so we're going to do our May energies.
Yeah, May. We're just cruising right along here.
And the wheels fall off. Uh-oh. Well, guess who's visiting us today? Jesus. It's our Jack of Hearts Higher Power card.
Oh my gosh.
And our little Jesus card. Jack of Hearts represents Jesus. Mm-hmm. And yeah, higher power. And there's a guy, there's like a silhouette of a man climbing a mountain. All the Jacks have this ability to like go up and pull down information from higher up. Not that we don't all have that, but it's like more a natural capability that they could have. Or they can be just on the other end of the spectrum, which is like kind of shady and goofing off. They're like, the archetype is the prince. So they could be stepping in to the king, or they could be dicking around and wanting to not have any responsibility. So the May archetype here, or having this card for May, the Jack of Hearts, it's a youthful card. Like Jacks can have a youthful energy, and the heart would be the emotions. So it's the Jesus card because we also call it the soldier of love. It's a little bit of that balance of like the jacks are expected, like I said, to like be stepping up into the king. I don't know why they're just jumping over the queen. I guess it's because the old system is like very gender separated out here in this part, but they're supposed to be taking on being in charge. And it's like you're climbing that mountain to be in charge. But they've got to keep their self in their heart space so that they can lead with compassion. And then I'm really sensing the playfulness. What? They're joking, right? Oh, bring playful childlike energy into May, where the world's burning. Cool. Great, guys. Thank you. Anyway, what was coming forward?
Well, you said a lot of keywords there that like they were sort of almost highlighting the words as you were saying them. They too really grabbed hold of the play, the childlike play, um, and and it's more like it's from the perspective of it's not like you're goofing around and like you're coloring or whatever. It's the childlike innocence of curiosity. This is what they want you to tap into because you also mentioned the soldier of love, and they're like, yes, the it feels like the world is at war right now, but if you pull back and look at what's happening, there are seismic shifts underfoot of how people are viewing themselves, the structure of government, authority, religion. Like there's all these questions sitting there. And what the Jack of Hearts is bringing forward is, like, oh, what would Jesus do? It's like that energy. It's like that energy of stepping outside yourself and just trying to look at things from all the different perspectives and then reassessing, do I want to keep the same perspective that I had, or do I want to allow it to shift a little bit? So kids have no problem like playing pretend. They're like, cool, I'm going to be a superhero today. I'm going to be an astronaut today. I'm going to like be a soldier today. I'm going to like, be the president or a doctor today or whatever. So, but what they're doing is they're taking on the role. They're trying it on. Is this fun? And they're playing and they're pretending. And so that's what they want us to do is, pretend to be an Iranian, pretend to be the president, pretend to be, a, a super uber Christian person from the South. Like try it all on based on what you're seeing or hearing or interacting with before reacting. Not all the time, just a little bit. Every once in a while, play.
I like that. And keeping like the lightheartedness, because I think that would be the other aspect of that card is lightheartedness, which can be hard.
Yeah.
And when things are looking crazy. But it's also kind of like it's okay to give yourself a break and step into that lightheartedness for a while.
Yeah, they're reminding me of the word that I keep hearing on people's videos is be dulu, when they're talking about like, go ahead, let yourself be delusional. Yes, the world is on fire, but what if it has to burn a bit so that we can have this like beautiful rebirth from the ashes? So be delulu. Imagine what that amazing new world would be like.
When you watch any like World War II movie or whatever, you'll see like it'll be like Paris is under occupation, but they're still in there. The can dancers are still dancing. They're still having these parties because it's the only way to deal with it is to have the fun and lightheartedness that you are able to have. But it's just, well, yeah. And I mean, we just have access to way too much information that they didn't have.
Way too much.
Okay. All right. We are going to go through. Let's start with the hearts. The card for this month and the cards. We have schools in, 10 of clubs. That's 10 of clubs is the teacher card. So the hearts are going to kind of feel like because I feel them stepping more into the teacher role than into being in the school role, being in school. So it's like because this is a heart focused month and the hearts are already hearts, they're more easily going to be able to step into this energy than other people. What is coming up for you on that?
Yeah, they're also reminding me that hearts are the children of the deck. So they're going to naturally have this ability to shift through these emotions. So they're going to like be angry one minute and then they're going to be joyful the next. Like they're going to throw the tantrum and then they're going to go outside and play. So they're going to be teaching us how to ride the waves of the emotions, because so many of us that maybe aren't as tuned into that card heart type energy, we either hold the emotions back, we shove them down, we get stuck in them, whereas a heart can, like, just like a kid, like a toddler, like blow up and then be perfectly fine. So they are teaching us that we don't have to be stuck or so
Or
set
that there's
in our
always a
ways.
meaning to it. Like I used to always be like, why am I like this? What's happening? Here's what happened to me today. I am often in my car driving about 20 minutes. And today I was like, Taylor Swift. Yes, Cruel Summer can make me cry. Literally any of her songs at any given moment could make me start sobbing. It was like a grief. Every song that came on, then she'd had Opalite, and then it was like Elizabeth Taylor was crying. Like I was just sobbing for like 20 minutes, and I was like wailing, and I was like, I don't know what this is, but I'm just gonna let it up and out because I could create a story. But because I'm not taking the time, and I don't know how to say this, like TV shows do it for me. They do it for me. They make me cry. Different things can happen where I'm like, I could let the emotion come up and out, but I try not to attach a story to it. So will you go in the bubble real quick and see if there's a story to it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, today. What's today?
Oh, did the Taylor Swift thing?
Or is it processing collective, whatever?
Yeah, no, they're like, there's no story. There's no story other than the story that you just got to share about there not being a story. And the, like, if we need a moral of the story, it is that as humans on this earth, we're going to feel the bigger emotions that are rippling through it that are not necessarily attached to us. But it's really hard in everyday life to not be like, oh, the last time I felt like this, like I was going through that breakup. Oh my God, it must be because I'm about ready to go through a breakup again. Or like, oh, I should call that guy, or like whatever. Like the mind tries to solve the problem. But what we want you to understand with Laura's story is that there might not be a problem.
And it was like there was.
That sometimes the energy just needs to move because it's either yours or because the collective needs help processing it.
It was definitely like a female, like wailing grief kind of thing. Taylor Swift will get you every time. Okay, that was hard. It was hearts. Now we're gonna do clubs. Get clear. 4 of clubs. The clubs have their own club. Clubs are clubbing. Okay. 4s are always about stability, foundations. So, and the club kind of would be like about mental clarity. So it could be like getting clear on plans or getting clear on your next steps. Like what are the steps you need to take, or what do you need to think through to build that foundation for whatever's popping into your head right now as I'm talking. Whatever just popped into your head. That's what you're looking into.
Mm-hmm. They also like the almost the opposite of that, which is what, as a club, what is it that you can do that makes the thoughts go quiet? So is it that you run, that you do a heavy workout, that you dance, that you play with your dog? Like, what is the go-to thing that lets the stories settle, that lets the mind almost feel like it goes into either a meditative state, or like it's not driving the show? You feel more down in the body, like, oh, this feels really good. I feel really alive. I burn the energy because my body's tired and now I can just like veg out. What are those things for you? Because the amount of emotional energy that is going to be circulating around in May could cause your brain clubs to go
And
into
the mental energy is an energy
mode.
that does drain you. Just like if you do too much physical work or like having an emotional time, it's mental energy is not any different. So if you're spiraling or your brain's like just turning over and over and over again on something, you've got to like interrupt it and get it to stop, because you're going to wear yourself out. Okay, diamonds. Oh my God, diamonds get their diamond. Fresh start, Ace of Diamonds.
Stop it.
Okay, aces are always about a new beginning. Ooh. Diamonds, well, because it's diamondy, I was going to say traditionally a diamond means like a job or a new way of making money, or like prioritizing a certain thing, value that you've maybe been ignoring, putting your attention on something you've been ignoring. But let's let Candy tune into the higher self output and see what they say.
Diamonds is a little bit harder for me sometimes because I'm a diamond, so I immediately am like, what's it mean for me? And they're like, ding, ding, that's the point. So Ace of Diamonds, so diamonds in May, yeah, it's going to be like, what do you need? Like, what is it that you need to work on? How are these things affecting you? They want, they want, I mean, essentially they want us like to stop looking externally at what's happening around us as diamonds and putting a value on it. Usually it happens without us even being aware. And they want us to go in and feel, how do I feel about this? Another way to say this is like learning to open the channel to allow the intuitive information to come forward. Either it can come up from the body, it can come down from the higher self, but to turn inward instead of looking outward, which is really natural.
Right. This goes back to what we talked about in the mid-April episode with Thecla. The whole point of that book is knowing your own worth, which is exactly a diamond thing. That's like the subtitle of the title.
God, yes.
And it's the idea is that this woman, she refused to get married. She refused to do all the stuff they wanted her to do. She just wanted to follow Paul around and listen to him talk about Jesus. And she got herself into a shit ton of trouble doing that. But she just was so solid in who she was. She like had released the expectations of other people. Disappointing her mom, disappointing her fiance. She released all of that, which is so hard. But that reminds me of that. It's like you're prioritizing what you value. And that's kind of the point of the whole book, is like you tap into your royal power, your inner self and wisdom, your innerness, to know what's the best step for you, the best way for you to move forward, regardless of what everyone else is doing. That would be like the ultimate Ace of Diamonds energy, honestly. And you mentioned the emotions, because we're in a heart themed month. So yeah, it'll be, yeah. How do you feel about it is gonna.
Yeah, diamonds. We're not going to retail therapy our way through May, essentially.
Yeah. Well.
Oh my God. I need to buy something that'll make me feel better.
The feeling of how you feel about it shows you what the value is to you.
Right. I'm worth it. I'll buy this for myself. I'm worth it. Okay, don't buy it, but still feel worth it, girl.
That's so funny. All right, last but not least, Spades. Let me. Did something flip over? No. Here we go. 9 of Diamonds, next level. So this is kind of the other end of the Ace of Diamonds, the beginning. The 9 is the graduation or the end, meaning you're moving up to the next level in something. It could be related to a job, if you're going to take the literal, physical, like most basic meaning of a 9 of Diamonds. The job is ending, but maybe you're releasing something you used to think was important. It could be a release.
This is interesting. We might have to talk about this because I'm not 100% sure. So, what they were showing me is, remember when the shamans used to talk to us about how, like when you're interacting with someone, if they're like, like somebody's up here on the emotional scale or the vibrations feeling really good, somebody's down here not feeling really good. And so it's always easier for the person who's up here to sort of reach down because you've been down there before. And it can be really hard for the person that's feeling down to reach up to where the person that's feeling good is. Like, because then you got to move through your shit. Well, that is the guidance for spades is, yes, you're really smart. Yes, you're the sages. Yes, you embody all this wisdom. Yeah, your grandma and grandpa sitting in the chair, but this month is about stretching. So get out of your comfort zone and step out of the perspective of the elder into the playful curiosity of the child or the fool. So it's kind of like the end of the tarot starting over. Like, you also need to get into the curiosity space, which for the spade, on one hand, is going to be really hard, but also if you get out of your own way, super easy.
Yeah, it's like,
because it's just like the circle.
Well, you think about like level. When you think about someone that's in their like elderly years, you can sense the lightheartedness of some. You have the option of going into that lightheartedness in your 90s. I mean, people give themselves permission to do it any time, but you can kind of sense that of like, oh, I've got nothing to lose. I'm at the end of the road. I could just enjoy it. And that's, the spades kind of take things seriously. They have a lot of responsibility. They feel like they have a lot of responsibility. So they're more serious and they have trouble stepping into that childlike energy because of the weight that they sense that they're carrying. Totes. Yeah. Okay, happy May, y'all.
Cool.
See you next time.
Good luck out there.
That wraps this episode of One Card Shy. Did you love it? Leave us a review, share it with your friends, and sign up for our monthly crown straightener. Bonus, you'll get our free Claim Your Crown guide when you subscribe.
And be sure to find us on Instagram and check out our website. Both are rainworld.co. All the links are below. See you next time, Queens.